For thousands of years, humanity has spoken of the thinking heart. Ancient scriptures described the heart as a center of understanding, wisdom, and belief. Modern science once dismissed this as metaphor, but today, a revolutionary field called neurocardiology is changing that narrative. The heart is not just a pump, it is electrically complex, neurologically active, in constant dialogue with the brain. This is the science of the heart-brain connection. Neurocardiology studies the dynamic, two-way communication between the cardiovascular and nervous systems. In the 1990s, researchers discovered that the heart contains an intrinsic cardiac nervous system, sometimes called the little brain of the heart. The heart contains approximately 40,000 sensory neurons, neurotransmitters, and support cells capable of processing information, learning and memory-like functions, independent reflex control. The heart communicates with the brain through the autonomic nervous system, hormonal signaling, electromagnetic field interactions, and especially the vagus nerve. Importantly, around 80% of vagal fibers are afferent, meaning signals travel from the heart to the brain. The heart speaks to the brain more than the brain speaks to the heart. Heart signals travel to key brain structures: the amygdala, emotion processing; the thalamus, sensory relay; the hypothalamus, hormonal control; the prefrontal cortex, decision-making and executive control. One measurable indicator of heart-brain interaction is heart rate variability, HRV. HRV reflects the variation between heartbeats. High HRV is associated with emotional resilience, cognitive flexibility, reduced inflammation, lower cardiovascular mortality. Low HRV correlates with depression, anxiety disorders, PTSD, increased cardiac risk. Heart rhythm patterns directly influence cognitive performance and emotional regulation. Chronic stress activates the sympathetic nervous system. Adrenaline rises, cortisol increases. Heart rhythms become chaotic. Over time, this dysregulation can lead to hypertension, atherosclerosis, arrhythmias, mood disorders. One dramatic example is Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, also called broken heart syndrome. Severe emotional shock can temporarily weaken the left ventricle, mimicking a heart attack. Emotion can physically alter cardiac structure and function. The vagus nerve regulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response. Strong vagal tone promotes stable heart rhythms, emotional regulation, reduced inflammatory cytokines, improved cognitive clarity. Interventions shown to improve heart-brain coherence include slow diaphragmatic breathing, meditation, HRV biofeedback, mindfulness-based stress reduction. Neurocardiology is now influencing cardiology, psychiatry, and preventive medicine. In the Qur'an, the heart, qalb, is described as a center of reasoning. Surah Al-Hajj 22:46. Do they not travel through the land so that they may have hearts with which to reason? Surah Al-Araf 7:179. They have hearts with which they do not understand. Understanding is attributed directly to the heart. In the Bible, Proverbs 23:7, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Matthew 9:4. Why do you think evil in your hearts? The heart represents intention, thought, and moral reasoning. In the Torah, King Solomon asks for an understanding heart. 1 Kings 3:9. In the Upanishads, the heart is described as the dwelling place of consciousness. In the Bhagavad Gita 18:61, the Lord dwells in the hearts of all beings. In Buddhist teachings within the Pali Canon, the term citta, often translated as heart-mind, merges cognition and emotion into a unified inner faculty. Across civilizations, The heart was never merely mechanical. It was cognitive, moral, conscious. Modern neuroscience does not claim the heart replaces the brain. Rational thought, language, and abstract reasoning are functions of the cerebral cortex. But neurocardiology shows the heart influences emotional processing, attention, memory consolidation, hormonal balance, stress perception. The heart's electromagnetic field is measurable several feet from the body. Its rhythmic patterns affect neural synchronization. Ancient scripture described the heart as the seat of understanding. Science now shows that cardiac signals shape brain function and behavior. Different languages, different frameworks, a shared observation. The heart and mind are inseparable. Your thoughts affect your heart rhythm. Your heart rhythm shapes your thoughts. For centuries, humanity spoke of the thinking heart. Today, neurocardiology reveals the heart is not just a pump. It is an intelligent organ in constant dialogue with the brain. Perhaps wisdom was never divided between heart and mind. Perhaps they were always one system, beating, signaling, guiding. And maybe understanding begins with listening to your own rhythm.